Hello YouTube, it's your boy Nathan coming to you to do another recap video. Today we are talking 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After Season 9 Episode 16. Boy, that escalated quickly. So we're just going to get on right into it. The first couple I want to talk, of course, is Darcy and Georgie. I always like to get them out the way because they get on my nerves. So Darcy and Stacy are at their little fashion show, their House of 11 fashion show, and everything. We're really having the same conversations over and over again. If Georgie's in this for the long run, they're in the car and still back and forth for what their father told them basically last week. But regardless, Darcy and Stacy do their little fashion show. It went really well. Georgie did film it, and yeah, he did support them, so that was nice. We seen Georgie and Florian have a conversation, and Florian is just wondering like what's going on and everything, and like Georgie had asked Florian like when you want to go out to Stacy, does Stacy let you? And he said no and everything. And Florian was just like, well, you need to do something quick or just walk away. And Georgie was like, well, you need to take your own advice because you got the same issues going on that I do, basically. So after the House of 11 fashion show and everything, Darcy and Georgie go back to their room and have a conversation. At first, Georgie's still like really checked out and drained from everything, from the Bulgaria trip to this trip and everything. And Georgie had was telling Darcy was just like, Georgie told Darcy that he was proud of her with the fashion show, and she was just like, well, you don't tell me that often. I'm just like that's a little bit gaslighting because he did just pay you a compliment, and instead of saying thank you, I love you, thank you for supporting me, you like, it's just, oh, you don't tell me that often. And so then, Darcy's starting to just question him about just BS stuff and everything. And then Georgie was looking at his champagne glass and he thought he had a hair in it. And Darcy was getting mad because he was more focused on that. He was like, I have a hair in my champagne, possibly. She's like, see, that's the problem I have with you. You're more worried about stuff like that than me and everything. So then Georgie reveals that he wants to go back, like he really misses his family in Bulgaria, may want to go back and everything. And then it just goes from talking about that to, or are you in this for the long run? Do you want this relationship to work? Georgie says that, we just have the same conversations. We're not getting anywhere. And then Darcy took it as, so you don't want this relationship to work, or you tapping out and stuff and everything. And now he's mad. He's just like, oh my God, you don't freaking get it. Like, that's not what I'm saying. You just don't get it. And then she's really not. She's really not. And I don't know. I don't know if this is an act or anything, but she really is like, I think she's doing this on purpose, not really hearing him out. Like, cause Darcy's just being like way too over dramatic about it. Georgie is drained out by this. He is drained out. And like, yeah, I know come to tell all, everybody's going to make Georgie look like the bad guy and everything. Darcy look great and everything, but that's not the case. It's really not the case. It's and stuff. And that's what annoys me. Yes, Darcy and Stacey get a lot of heat on social media and stuff and everything, but they don't get it in person. And so nobody has ever called them out in person. And I mean, I don't know if they run through like crazy fans like in the street here and there, but realistically, nobody has called them out in person, not at a tell-all or any other time, because every time their men do it, they always just like make their men look bad when they don't take accountability for their actions. And so, yeah, I agree with Georgie. They get nowhere with these conversations, and it sucks. So, but that was Darcy and Georgie. Next couple I want to talk is freaking Jasmine and Matt. So Jasmine and Matt, Jasmine is about to have the baby. And we see now Matt is still immature. I will admit Matt is immature. He's making Jasmine look good on some cases. Matt had bought a $150,000 tow truck and everything, and he don't have much tow truck experience or whatever. Jasmine sees that and she's just like, "What the heck?" basically, and she asked Matt to like demonstrate like tow in put in the like tow in a car basically, and Matt does it, but he cheats. Like he gets in a working car and puts it on the thing that it goes on for the toe and everything. And Jasmine is just like flipping out on him, calling him stupid, calling him wasting all his money, talking about we could be using that for our daughter's pageants and stuff, which kind of they're doing because in modern day, Jasmine's on social media trying to get baby Matilda Baby of the Year award and stuff and everything. So Jasmine is all mad about that, and then she's just like, then she starts complaining that I don't have a support system here, Matt. I don't know anything about Matt and everything. She's like, I sleep with them and I live with them, but I don't know anything about them. Yeah, what a nice little oxymoron, Jasmine. It's your fault. It's your fault. You wanted this open marriage so bad and everything. You wanted to screw him so bad, and now you put yourself in a situation that you can't get yourself out of and everything. See, this is your fault. And Matt's saying, you know what, I'm trying to do everything I can to support the baby and everything, and this and that and everything. But he was like, I'll make you a deal. I won't touch this tow truck until after the baby's born and everything. When I do all this work, this is the stuff I do for work. So I work with cars and everything. Jasmine even said that he even wanted to open a burger joint because he likes burgers, basically. But if he feels like this is going to make his money, then let it make his money. I have nothing to say to that. So then we see Jasmine finally talk to her mother about what's really going on. Now, she says she's talked to her mom like weekly, but lately she's been avoiding her mom for the obvious reasons and stuff and everything. And so she gets on video chat with her mom, and she breaks down and tells her mom like everything. Basically telling her that the marriage with Gino didn't work. Well, towards the end, they proposed an open marriage, agreed to an open marriage, and found Matt, but it didn't work out with Gino, so she's living with Matt and got pregnant. When Jasmine told her mom that, her mom was just in shock. She was silent, and Jasmine said like this, it was more scarier her being in silence and everything and just in shock than just like crying hysterically and flipping out. Her mom was so disappointed in Jasmine because telling her that she was pregnant and 7 months in basically, and not knowing anything about like what happened with her and Gina basically and everything like that's she kind of feels betrayed by her own daughter basically. And so throughout that conversation, she introduced Matt, and then you got Matt's goofy self. Like her mom Cecilia asked Matt, like, "Why did you get involved in this open marriage, knowing that Jasmine is still married and stuff?" And Matt's dumb self saying, "Oh, well, I'm in my 30s. I'm done. I'm in my 30s. I'm single. Blah blah blah." And Jasmine got so pissed. She was just like, man, that's what he would say to his one of the mechanic boys or whatever, not to my mother and everything. So then her mom was just like, I hope one day you guys come so I can see the baby, or I can come up there and see the baby and stuff and everything. And they get off the phone and Jasmine just starts to break down and crying and everything. Matt did comfort her, but Jasmine likes to she has an excuse for everything. And like she really likes to justify her actions. Like, I mean, she'll take some kind of accountability for her actions, but not much. I just don't like how like this whole situation, she makes it like feel like it's normal and okay and everything. This situation is just not normal at all. It's like really messy. It's disgusting, basically. and everything. And like this whole started because you're screaming at your husband didn't want to be intimate with you because you're screaming at him all the time and calling him names and stuff. And then now you screwed another guy, got pregnant by another guy while still legally married, and faced like possible deportation issues and stuff and everything. Now living with a guy, now living with your side piece, and he ain't even ready for any of this and stuff. He just doing this to please himself and everything, and that's all okay for you. She wants us not to judge, but it's hard not to. Like even for people who probably do this more on a regular, I think this is a bit much for even those kind of people, in my opinion. Because if she really wanted to be with somebody else, she should have just ended things with Gino. Like just said no on at the last resort, not to recommit. I'm moving on. I'm just gonna find somebody else. Maybe it's Matt and everything. We'll get divorced. I'm moving on, and that's it, and everything. Then do all this stuff and everything. But I'm not gonna. And, everybody, one thing people that kind of irritates me about this, everybody was mad about on the last resort about that therapist, Reba, talking about kind of like giving them the green light to have an open relationship because she's in a polyamorous marriage or relationship. But Reba did say that one, she did not persuade them to do that. She said just because she does it doesn't mean it works for everybody. She says that she did say that that if they wanted to do that, their relationship should have been in a better place. You don't go do that when your relationship is bad and on the verge of breaking up. So everybody was blaming Reba from the last resort therapist about the demise of that and everything, but no, it wasn't Reba's fault. Jasmine knew exactly. Jasmine just heard what she wanted to hear, basically. And that's why Jasmine went on and did that. So, yeah, but next, judging by the previews, looks like next week Jasmine's giving birth, and it looks like she's giving birth in a bathtub at home or something like that. So that's going to be crazy. So we'll see the baby being born. We're also going to see Gina finally back next week, and he's going to hear that he'll be the father of that child's baby legally. so yeah, it's just a mess. So yeah, that was Jasmine and Matt. Next couple I want to talk is Brandon and Julia. Keep them very brief. They decided to go on their little European tour. And everything. They're packing up. Brandon is getting ready. They're leaving with very little clothes. They're going with just backpacks and stuff. And Brandon wanted to bring his PlayStation 5. Julia throws a fit. She's like, "You're not bringing that, Brandon." She was like, "Why?" He was like, "Why? They got TVs in Europe." He's like, "Brandon, you're such a boy. You're not bringing that. Don't start with me." And Brandon's like, "I'm kidding. I'm not bringing that." I'm like, no, you were to bring that, and she didn't complain about that. You would have definitely brought that, and I'm just like, even just that, like, why are we arguing over that? Like, even that. I mean, he stopped the argument and quickly, but why are we arguing over that? If he wanted to bring his PlayStation 5, he could bring his PlayStation 5. Something to do, something to do while they're in Europe. Need something to play with. I'm just saying, ain't a big deal. It's not like he's gonna be playing it 24/7, and they're not gonna go on their little adventure and stuff. But nonetheless, Brandon, he's happy to go on this trip, but he's still upset about what happened last week and leaving on a bad note with his parents and stuff and everything. And Julia's like, it's not about my parents or your parents, it's about us. So they pack up. They're going to start in London and just work their way around. And they'll make their trip. And judging by the previews, I think in the next week or two, we'll find out that Julia's baby has been conceived, because we know Julia's pregnant. She has not given birth yet. I think she's due in November, so I think she'll be giving birth here in the next couple of weeks and stuff. But yeah. So that was Brandon and Julia. Yeah, that's about it. We did Darcy, we did Jasmine, we did Brandon and Julia. All right, last couple. The last couples are the triple threat couples: Jovi and Yara, Elizabeth and Andre, and Lauren and Alexi. You know, I realized something. These three couples have one big thing in common. They had Eastern European spouses. Um, they're all three couples are like really like have really dominating personalities. Like all six of them are really have really dominating and big personalities and stuff. So like when you get that and culture clash, cultureness and stuff, it creates the tension that we see with them. Um, in this episode, we seen, there's still a little awkwardness between Elizabeth and Lauren, but now Jovi and Yara and Elizabeth and Andre were in a room together having tequila shots or whatever, and Elizabeth decides to tell Yara that Lauren was making fun of her about the way she dresses and how Miami changed her and everything. And now Yara's side eyeing Lauren and everything because she thought Lauren was her friend and everything. And Elizabeth's like, I don't like talking crap, but I don't want Yara to go through what I went through and everything. And I'm just like, here we go again, seriously. So they all go to the bar and everything, and they do these Jovi and Yara did at first like do this like shot, like it was like a shot table, and where multiple people were holding this like board up with shots and they all had to drink it and stuff and everything. Yara did it first and then Jovi did and everything. It was pretty interesting. um after that Elizabeth and Andre and Lauren and Lexi went and had a conversation to finally clear the air about like what happened and everything. So Andre and Lauren had finally had their conversation about it, about the housewarming party, and Lauren did apologize about how her friend Noga did Andre and everything. Andre apologized to Lauren about reading the text messages and everything. Elizabeth is happy that Andre's been apologizing because Andre does not apologize. So he's apologized multiple times on this trip. And I'm kind of surprised about that too. So then Elizabeth was just like, I thought you guys called my husband the D word and a horrible person and everything. And she's like, yeah, I did, but I never called him a horrible person and everything. And then Elizabeth apologized to Alexi about the misdirection of the body shaming comment, basically misinformation about the body shaming comment. And so Elizabeth and Lauren finally have a genuine hug and everything. And they said he missed it. They did say they blocked each other, but they gave each other a big hug and said that they love each other. And for a minute, I'm thinking, okay, a cool kumbaya moment. Cool. But now, on the other end of the table, you got Yara and Jovi talking, and Yara tells Jovi that, that Elizabeth said that Lauren has been talking about me and stuff and everything, making fun of me and stuff. And so Jovi is just like, it doesn't have to be a fight and everything. And she was like, it was going to be and everything. So then after the kumbaya moment, Jovi goes and gets Lauren. And he's like, hey, us three, let's go have a drink and have a conversation. So Jovi, Yara, and Lauren have a conversation, and Yara confronts Lauren about it. So she was like, Elizabeth told me that you were making fun of me about the way I dress and everything. And Lauren is like, what? She's like, I've never made fun of you and everything. I think you're epitome to Miami and everything. Like when I was going out, when I was picking my outfit today, I was thinking about you. I was thinking what would Yara wear and stuff and everything. I'm actually kind of jealous of you and everything. Now, Yara. Now, normally Yara would love to hear that stuff because Yara is the person who would love compliments and love people talking how great how great she looks and everything. But Yara's just like, I don't know if she's telling the truth or not and everything. But she's just like, I don't want this to be weird. I don't want like to be around you if Like, if you smile in my face and then you talk crap about me. She's like, no, I'm glad you're talking to me about this, but I never made fun of you. Would I wear some of the stuff you wear? Probably not, because it's not my style, but I've never made fun of you and everything. And, Lauren was just like playing, was just trying to be cool with it. Like, just be like, no, I like really defend herself. And, Yara didn't really believe it. She was just tired of the drama with Elizabeth and Lauren and stuff and everything. So Lauren was just like, Jovi asked, like, are y'all cool? And Lauren said, yeah, I'm cool. And Yara was just like, I'm just tired. I'm ready to go. You ready to go? So they go. So Jovi and Yara leave. And then Lauren's upset again. She's like, I can't get a freaking break. She goes back and gets Alexi and just says, like, we gotta go. We gotta go. I'm just over it. I'm just drained. And Alexi's just like, what's going on? Because he was still talking to Elizabeth and Andre. And so Lauren didn't say nothing to Elizabeth in that moment. She was just like, I gotta go. But I know she wanted to hurt her. And so Lauren was just like, I cannot trust Elizabeth. I'm done with Elizabeth. I cannot associate myself with her, believe anything she says. I'm just ready to hop on a plane and go. And that's basically where we left off. Oh, my goodness. High school BS. I just had my high school reunion this past weekend, and it was nice, but just seeing this, it just reminded me of stuff that went on in high school as well. This is just high school mean girl stuff, BS, storyline, made up stuff. I don't know. But I'm just glad we're at the end of the season. Like, we got two more episodes left before the tell all, basically. So I'm just ready for the tell all. I'm really ready for the tell all. But yeah. Anyway, guys, that is the end of my review. We didn't see Gina in this episode. We didn't see Karen Guillermo. I know they'll be at the tell-all, and of course, Tiger Lily and Adnan. Rumor has it that Tiger Lily and Adnan won't be at the tell-all. And that's fine by me. Because yeah, I think that's best for them and stuff, whatever. But yeah. Now, before I sign off, I know that I'm noticing something. I'm noticing like back and forthness with my subscribers, like, and everything. I know YouTube likes to play games, so please make sure that you guys are subscribed to my channel, because YouTube has been unsubscribing people from channels lately, and I'm noticing that and seeing that on my channel and stuff, unless it's probably intentionally, but most of the time when I'm hearing from other YouTubers, it's happening all around. So please make sure that you are, if you were subscribed and you realize that you're not no more, please make sure that you are subscribed to my channel, because YouTube is now unsubscribing people from channels like lately. I don't know why. I don't know what the glitch is, but please make sure you're subscribed. And if you haven't already, just continue to please subscribe to my channel. I hope you guys enjoy my content. I'll be back on tomorrow to recap tonight's episode of The Other Way. And then Married at First Sight returns this week. So I think on Friday or Saturday, I'll do my Married at First Sight recaps. So yeah, so more content is coming, guys. I love you guys so much. Again, to all my new subscribers, thank you so much. And I will see you guys again tomorrow. Love you guys. Bye.